What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So you see the title of this video, you know exactly what we're going to be talking about. We are going to discuss how saving money makes you poor. Now, here's the reason why I want to address this. Over the past, really potentially few months, I've been getting a lot of questions from people that ask why I'm still pushing for investments, why I'm still investing my money, why I think it's a good idea to stay invested into the market. Well, here's the reason why. And if you've ever been told that cash in the bank is the safest place for it, you have been lied to. Cash in the bank gets eaten away due to inflation. And right now, when we are seeing inflation at 7.9%, you want your money to be put to use and not by the banks. The banks love it when you bring a lot of money to them because guess what? They pay you less than 1% interest for the year. They take your money and as soon as they get it, they send it out and they invest it for loans, for mortgages, right? For auto loans. That's what they do with it. So this means if you are putting money into investments, okay, or you're paying down debt that has a higher APR than 7.9%, then you are actually making your money work for you. Now, here's what you need to understand. I've talked to many multimillionaires and a few billionaires, and I've been very lucky to be able to ask them questions. And they all say the same thing. It's actually pretty simple. Find a way to put some money aside and then invest that money into an asset that produces cash flow. And these could be things like businesses, stocks, or even real estate. Now, and you may be thinking, I don't have $100,000 to buy real estate. You honestly don't need $100,000, but I get it. And maybe you're thinking, I don't have $10,000 to invest in the stock market. And honestly, you don't need $10,000. And I'll put a link down in the description box below. You can go and sign up and get free stocks through an app called Webull. Just go and sign up. They will give you free stocks. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I don't know how to run a business, or where do I even start? And I get all that. I honestly get that. But what you need to understand is what you need to do, you have to make a change. Because right now, and I see this all over the channel, is when is the federal government going to realize that the American people are still struggling? We need additional help. When are they going to issue a fourth stimulus check? When are they going to provide some relief for the rising gas prices or rising food crisis that we have? When are they going to provide help? Well, here's what I can tell you. The federal government at this time, they are not going to provide the help that we need right now. If anything, the federal government will actually work against us in order to bring inflation back down while attempting to keep our economy strong. The federal government wants to help, but at the same time, they do not want to help the American people if it's going to hurt the economy. That's not going to happen. But let me tell you a quick little story about how I got my start, okay? Because a lot of people say, well, you were lucky. Well, I was lucky, but here's the reason I was lucky. Is when I was 15, 16 years old, I got a job, okay? I took the money that I was making from that job and I put it into growth stocks. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I just put it in because I heard it's a good idea. At the time, I was putting money into Starbucks, Boeing, and Microsoft. Guess what? All three of those companies are right here in my backyard, right around the Seattle, Washington area. Okay? That was the reason why I was putting money into those companies, because I knew them. They were here in my home state. That was the only reason why. I had no clue what they did. Well, I did. Starbucks, coffee, Boeing, planes, Microsoft, tech, right? I knew that. That was about it. I took my money that I was making from my business, or from my job, put it into some stocks. I took other money that I had that I was making from working, and I put that into a business. I started a cleaning business at 17 years old. Guess what? My room was never clean. I outsourced the entire thing. I didn't do the work. I outsourced it to another person and they cleaned. I just got the jobs. Then I took the profits from that company. I bought a few online websites when I was 18 years old, and I made money through affiliate marketing and advertising. That's what I did. Now I took that money, put that back into stocks, and I eventually bought my first real estate deal, and I did that. But that's the thing, that's the difference. And again, it all came from talking to people that did exactly what I wanted to do, live the life that I wanted eventually. It's all it took. So, if you get anything from my story, take this one thing, that all you have to do is make that one decision. That, okay, I'm not going to spend this money on a new PlayStation, which I wanted to do. I'm not going to spend this money on new car parts, which I wanted to do. I'm going to invest it. I'm going to invest it for the next few months, see what happens. Guess what? It paid off. It paid off. And throughout this entire time, when really I wasn't saving money, I was making money. Okay? I was spending the money that I had on assets that could eventually pay me every single month to do almost nothing, to do very little, or what many people call passive income. And I know many people are going to say, well, I don't have any money to invest. I don't have money to save. But the truth is that you could. And here's the reason why. And again, saving money could be making you poor. But here's what you need to understand. Back in 2020, when we were starting to go through this pandemic, the federal government gave homeowners something called mortgage forbearance. Well, what this allowed homeowners to do is skip their mortgage payments for up to 18 months. Well, the people that took advantage of this, because all it did is this just extended their mortgage. Every single month they took forbearance, which meant they didn't pay. It just pushed it to the back of their loan. All it did was extended their loan. They didn't have to make a payment. And guess what? They could pocket that money that they saved. Well, people took advantage of this. They put money into the stock market and they did very well. They put money into savings, paid off debt. Again, I'm not saying savings is a bad thing, but savings could be making you poor or poorer. But here's what you need to understand is some people probably doubled their money, easily doubled their money, if not tripled their money. And again, I'm not saying that you should go and do this because this isn't something that's available at the moment, but did you know you could actually call a credit card company and ask them to waive a payment or payments? You could even ask them to waive the yearly credit card fee. And you could do these little things. And again, all this little bit of money adds up. And you could use this and start using this for an investment or a business opportunity. You can do the exact same thing with car loans, with utility payments, even your internet. Because did you know that the federal government has put together a program? It's called the Broadband Benefit Program. They give you $50 per month towards your internet, or $75 if you live on tribal land. This program is still available. $50 a month, $600 per year is what you would get. All just to sign up. Okay? Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not no financial expert. Okay? But I understand that every single person is in a unique situation. But here's the truth. The truth is that your money, if it's sitting in a savings account, it's there and it is actually being taken away. It's slowly being eaten away due to rising inflation. Here's the reason why. Let's say you had $100 last year. Okay? $100 last year. Great. Your $100 last year got reduced by, or your buying power got reduced by 7.9% just last month, because that is what our inflation rate is. That means things are going up by 7.9%. Maybe that $100 was going to be used for, to buy food, right? Meat. Guess what? I believe ground beef or beef is up like 14%. Is expected to go up an additional 14%. Do you see how $100, and if products go up by 14%, your $100 buys less. So, saving money could be the thing that is making you poor. But again, banks are never going to tell you this. They're never going to tell you this because guess what? The banks make money by you taking your money into the bank and trying to save it. That's the reason. So keep in mind that there's a lot of opportunities out there for you, but in today's day and age, we are not going to see the federal government come and bail us out. They will bail out big businesses. They will not bail out the American people when they have already done that. They've already provided over $6 trillion in stimulus and relief. They're not going to do it again. All right? So just understand, saving money could be what is making you poor. So figure out a way to get a little money in the bank. Use that money to make more money. If you have questions, there's a bunch of videos here on YouTube. Some are mine. A bunch of people have done the exact same thing. So listen to what other people have done. Listen to their stories. Take my story, for example. And again, this didn't happen over the course of a few weeks. I started working. I bought stocks. I kept working. I pretty much bought a business for myself, or an online business, right? Websites. I started all these things, and it took 5, 8, 10 years. But I eventually got there. All right? So do what you can and stop just saving money. Save money for a purpose. And maybe that purpose is an investment or something down the line. All right? So just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.